we treat people how they like to be treated. 60% of our technology workforce is in India.
This was like a trendsetter. It's always nice to map a journey, and I'm sure it just takes you back as well.
Get a kick when you see your transformation coming to life, and
true.
you know.
What does it take to build trust? As a technologist, you've spent more than 25 years leading transformations.
Most of the solutions we build in supply chain, distribution are very, very planet conscious. They care about what they work for, whom they work for.
Nice.
Are we being socially responsible?
Which is the latest one that you saw, which you love?
I'm watching The Mentalist.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to us, I believe technology isn't just about efficiency. It's also about empathy at scale. Hello and welcome to Simulated Reality. And today we have with us a very, very special guest, Priyadarsanie Ramasubramanian. She, of course, is the Engineering Director for Supply Chain at Tesco Technology. A wonderful experience of more than 2 decades. And I believe, I won't be wrong in saying this, that Priya's story is about engineering with purpose and leading with, well, empathy. And of course, we are going to be unveiling a lot more as we go along this journey of simulated reality with Priya today. Because I think, Priya, I would like to start with this. A big welcome to the show. Do you believe that in a world run by algorithms, you actually remind us that the real transformation still begins with people?
Hi, Sudhi. Thanks for first having me here with Analytics
It's a true honor.
India
It's a true pleasure.
magazine. So pleasure to be here. For anything and everything in the world, especially for large organizations, their biggest asset, even before technology, is their people. Organizations are made up of people, hearts and souls, and their passion that makes them a great organization of what they are. So I truly believe that people, and therefore great leaders who can bring out the best in the people, are the most important to drive technology and great organizations forward.
Nice. Let's actually start with the start. It's always nice.
Sure.
More than 25 years of experience.
Right.
Which is wonderful.
Sounds older, right?
No, you don't. The euphemism for old is experience.
Of course, yes.
So, the fact that what actually brought that spark, Priya, as far as your journey is concerned, because, I mean, as a technologist, you've spent more than 25 years leading transformations as far as technology is concerned. Technology is very dynamic, you know, it changes, it goes through so many aspects. You've worked with Tesco, you work with Coca-Cola, you work with the biggest brands. And I just wanted to understand, what were the early experiences that actually shaped your approach to well, the transformation for today? What were those early aspects of those early learnings?
Yeah, I get you. So I was actually an electrical engineer. I learned to be an electrical engineer, but during the spare time, a couple of us learned computer science. And it was the love for problem solving. Pick up a problem, apply some algorithmic thinking, give it the computer set of instructions, and you had your answers.
Which years was this?
These were 1992 to 6. Where that was a passion project during your holidays and weekends. And
you know why I asked you that,
yeah,
right?
sure.
Because in those days, nobody really had that forward thinking of the fact that, you know, in terms of doing problem solving with, let's say, computers.
But then that's the passion that got me going. Then when I was working with Wipro, that's when I had the opportunity to work with multiple retailers.
Right.
So I was with Wipro, I was part of the Retail Center of Excellence and working with multiple retailers. And that's when I could see technology solving real world problems. So the passion for retail developed there, and I could see how we could help solve problems for our customers, make a significant impact for them, and help the businesses as well. That's when that passion started. Sorry, you were about to ask something.
No, I was I was curious that, you know, it's such a nimble mind at that time that you've had. Early days, you're just starting up, you're excited in terms of, you know, all the changes or the aspects that you're seeing. Something that you still remember, that which still brings like a little smile to your face that, wow, we could do this with technology.
Technology, yeah, true, very true. And it is that combined passion then for retail and technology that attracted me towards Tesco. Tesco's was very different, being one of the world's largest retailer. Then we were solving problems at such a large scale that I couldn't even imagine or thought of then.
Give me a use case.
The several millions of customers that shop with us. So whatever we do, our technology solutions should be solving problems at scale and across the multiple countries that we operate in. So we operate in UK, ROI, Central Europe. So develop once, deploy multiple times. Just not that, it then became our core purpose is to help serve our customers, community and our planet. Look at the diverse aspects. So we just are just not thinking about our customers. We are thinking of how our technology should be solving our problem for our communities and serving them. And the planet, being a food retailer means we have to be very conscious about the planet, and most of the solutions we build in supply chain, distribution are very, very planet conscious. So in summary, that's what was my journey and how I landed into this. And you will see some of this good work and the co-purpose focus. Our half-year results has been really good, and along with customer service satisfaction score improvement, and keeping both balanced is really key to us.
Which is wonderful, because I mean the fact that what brought out this aspect as far as the planet is concerned, because generally speaking, it's driven by any big conglomerate or corporate would end up thinking initially about their journey as far as satisfying the customer is concerned, because that is the first thing. And then maybe later on in the horizon, one starts to say, all right, maybe we should add these elements or aspects to it, because it's important that that responsibility is being shown and shouldered by Tesco. When did that kind of come through? Or was it something which was integral as far as the policy was concerned?
No. So the thought and the responsibility, we are a 100-year-old company plus.
Right.
The thought and the responsibility has always been there. But probably we started coining it very explicitly into our core purpose, if I remember right, from 2014 onwards.
Fair enough.
I could be slightly wrong with the timings, but it was always there, just that we became very explicit about it, because only when the core purpose is understood by the entire team behind us, only then the organization powers uniformly in that direction, right? So we explicitly called it out, saying was customers, of course, but our communities and our planet as well. This ecosystem is really important.
And I'm sure there must have been an enriching response that you might have received from everyone. I'm sure everyone welcomed that thought.
Of course, yes. The younger generation these days, and I'll talk about it when I'm talking to people, they care about what they work for, whom they work for.
Nice.
Are we being socially responsible? And if we are engaging such talent, apart from what we should do socially right, they care about it. So you might as well, give them
so I'm sure
a platform that they can build into and contribute.
Nice. Which actually brings me to this, Priya. How have those, early lessons that you have just walked us through stayed relevant in a world which is now being refined and redefined by data and AI?
Tesco, our key leverages are artificial intelligence, data analytics and automation. Okay, and we use that to enrich our customer experience, make sure our operations end to end are very seamless, and we integrate the physical and the digital world. So we have online stores, we have physical stores, etc. A lot of our AI use cases help drive our price optimization. The range and the kind of products we bring in and their quality is driven and backed up by artificial intelligence. Our online offers are powered by the breadth and reach, and I'll give you a couple of examples as well.
Yeah, would be nice.
Is powered by that. And when it comes to supply chain and distribution, the way we even predict our customer demand is all AI enabled. So I'll give you a couple of examples, and I'll start with supply chain as a use case. At supply chain, it plays a core role because we'll have to accurately predict the customer demand to ensure that availability is not compromised and a customer walks into the store, products are available. But at the same point in time, you will have to be very conscious about waste just to increase availability. So
Agreed.
we do, engineers develop a lot of machine learning algorithms, which means crunching millions of data records of past history of sales. How does your weather look like? What are recent promotions you're running? Which day of the week are you trading? So you see the number of aspects that comes
Sure.
in, and that's all. So machine learning algorithms help us, and of course these are all developed by brilliant engineers we have, and that's how we predict the customer demand. Then there are a lot of optimized decision we make in ordering, in how and what quantity we ship from our distribution centers into our stores.
It's a very critical aspect as far as I'm sure the entire flow of work is concerned.
True. And then moving on to our transport, right? These are intelligent meta-heuristic algorithms, because we operate some of the largest fleets, right from our primary transport, from our suppliers into our distribution centers, distributions into our stores. So we'll have to optimize for your truck pairing, demand splits, how do you effectively utilize drivers. But these algorithms help us ship less air, find the optimal routes, and make sure we reduce our carbon dioxide emissions. Millions of tons of carbon dioxide emissions has been enabled by technology, and that's the contribution we are making back into the
Priya,
planet.
Could I request you?
Sure.
Because the scale at which you work would be nice. I mean, you're giving me supply chain, you're giving me, transport, you're giving me all of those wonderful little use cases. It would be wonderful if you could maybe ratify them with numbers, because the numbers, I'm sure, are going to be, fascinating.
Sure. Some of our use cases, for example, we have more than 23-24 million customers shopping with us, just in UK I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about...
it would be nice. How many?
23-24 million customers
That's
who
it?
shop with us. And this is just for UK.
Just the UK.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about... We have our customer base in Central Europe and all of that. So if you have to personalize, that's billions of search and recommendations that we are talking about, and also millions of your delivery schedules around the clock for your customers to make sure online operations are smooth. And when your back-end systems will have to make optimal decisions, they're again going through billions of data points and records to come up with some of those decisions. So the scale is really, really humongous, and that's what makes the work very interesting for our
exciting
colleagues, and exciting, and that's what probably makes it a great place to work personally for me as well.
And you say it with so much, it's like a everyday it is. It's been 25 years.
I know.
But these numbers are mind-boggling. Which actually brings me to this point and thought, which is that as far as, the change was concerned, Priya.
Yeah.
What drives that aspect in terms of the technological transformation, especially in retail? What gets that entire impetus, and how did you envisage that entire situation as far as retail was concerned?
Sure. And are you referring to it from the past until now, or
Yes.
you're referring to it?
Yes. Because it's always nice to map a journey, and I'm sure it just takes you back as well.
Sure. See, it's both, right? It's technology advancements, but it is also that customers are becoming smarter.
Yes.
For them, convenience is key.
Oh, yes.
So it's a bit of both here. Of course, technology advancements, and therefore we learn, grow, experiment. There were days where we were still, for example, the customer demand prediction and or personalizing the offers were all heritage systems driven. And then when we had more data points and more globally available information available, technology had to step up naturally.
For sure.
Okay, and you needed big data platforms, you needed cloud platforms,
Sure.
you needed real-time eventing. For example, now we shop across multiple channels. The customers truly want omni-channel experience, right? Irrespective of whether it is they shop with a website, mobile, in-store, and within in-store we've given them scanners, you shop devices, they can do their self-checkouts, and all the offers that we offer to them are completely personalized. all this is possible only because engineers have been building those real-time APIs that can transform these worlds. The whole real-time eventing architecture, cloud platforms. I'll give you an example. When customers are moving across so many channels, how do you ensure you know what's the right
Fit.
the right quantity of stock you hold? Inventory management,
Crucial.
yeah, is so crucial and cannot happen unless you are doing it real time across
Because
these
also
multiple fulfillment
it's an
channels.
impact, and
Yeah.
correct me if I'm
Yes,
wrong, but
yes.
also it's an impact as far as your own fund flow is concerned. Because I mean, if
That's right.
you're overtly stocked with inventory,
That's right.
you're losing out on money.
That's right. Yeah, because unless we know what is the right amount of
Yes.
inventory we hold, and at all these different fulfillment points, we cannot make the right supply chain
Right,
organization. So you're bang on, and that's the transformation. So of course your customer demand, and of course what you would like to do as a responsible retailer for your
True,
customers. And the people becoming quite tech savvy and technology enabled. So it's a combination of multiple factors that has enabled this transformation.
That's wonderful, because that you talked about it from the point of view of the fact that, is it the past or the future?
Yeah.
Now I'd actually want to make
Sure.
it a little more aspirational, or
Sure.
a little forward looking, and I want to ask you this,
Sure.
which is that what does it take to build trust in systems? Because we're talking about customers who are extremely aware, very demanding, and obviously there are so many different dynamics and aspects that you're constantly dealing with. So I felt that it would be poignant for me to ask you this, that trust in systems that actually millions of people depend on every day, Priya, that's a huge responsibility
That's
that
right.
you have.
That's right, yeah.
And it's also aspirational, it's also
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
That the way things are changing, moving,
Yeah.
you must be always looking ahead, trying to understand that, also having a peek into the future.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to shed light on
Yeah,
that.
your most interesting question is the first half, but I'll cover it in the second half. So, see, the future for retail overall is very exciting. Okay, and technology is going to be a key enabler. We are all talking artificial intelligence, but it's going to be more different. We are talking personalization, it's going to become hyper personalization. We are talking about omni-channel experience, it's going to become unified commerce.
Right.
But underlying all of this, as you rightly pointed out, Sudhi, it's going to be how retailers can become more responsible and become more sustainable and ethical in
Yes.
their offerings to their customers.
Yes.
So I'll cover each of these pillars. So I know currently we are all digitally evolved, AI enabled, etc. But it will all move into domain specific language models. And with that use, it will become very context heavy so that we can serve the customers better. Automation will play a key role. For example, even now in our warehouses, we are experimenting with your automobile robots. They are completely autonomous. They can do their own picking, no fixed paths. And
Oh, nice, interesting.
and that's helping our core food mission and be more efficient. Now that will slowly move, just not in warehouses, it will get into your stores, right? The physical AI and automation, and of course we'll have to be very responsible about it.
Absolutely.
And that will it will play a key role. Personalization will become hyper personalization, where just imagine, Sudhi, you are walking into a store, you're shopping online, the system realizes your intent for that day, and it is giving you a personalized offer so that you can make some shopping decisions. And of course, that's the extent of personalization, and convenience will reign. You can shop online, pick up in store. Your shopping list will transfer to your device at store. The shopping list will even be ordered by the layout of the store, so that if you want to pick, you just pick and go. All of these are in the horizon. But customers are also looking to, and we have a great responsibility as a retailer to make sure we do all of this in a very sustainable manner. People would want to know, how are these being ethically sourced?
True.
to the extent of we care about deforestation. We ensure
Nice.
that we are careful about sourcing products from deforested
Nice.
areas, right? So customers will want to know, hey, where are these sourced from? Are they done in an ethical manner?
How
Technology is
environmentally responsible
friendly.
are you?
Yeah. So technology is like all your QR codes, IoT, and to a large extent, our simulation platforms and digital twins will help us simulate all of this and make sure we offer products to our customers in the most ethical manner we can. AI governance will play a
Oh, yes.
huge role. Ethical AI is a need,
Absolutely.
and we have a very responsible governance body at Tesco up to the highest levels
Sure.
to ensure that whatever we deploy through artificial intelligence is very ethical and governed carefully. So those would be some of the key driving factors.
Not too much, I feel.
Right.
But tell me this.
Yeah.
This immediately just kind of came to
Yeah.
mind. The fact
Sure.
that it's a 100-year-old company.
Yeah.
Defining in terms of the experiences as far as retail are concerned.
Sure.
One of the market leaders. You just mentioned in terms of all of the aspects that are going to be, well, a part of the experience for
Sure.
the consumer
Yeah.
at large
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
How much of importance, Priya, does it play as far as Tesco is concerned, as far as you and your team is concerned, to remain, let's say, market leaders in terms of always trying to put these experiences that you just talked about,
Sure.
making them a lot more, well, relevant to the people in terms of your consumers, your customers, making it as the fact that, okay, wait a minute, Tesco did this first, or we brought this experience first to you. How much is it at the core of the thinking as far as the teams and everything is concerned? It's just something which I thought that.
Can I paraphrase your question?
Please,
if
please,
you
go
don't mind,
ahead.
to make sure I understood it.
Sure.
If you're asking, hey, in order to make all this happen for our core purpose, how much of focus are we laying on our people and how are we helping
Yes.
them? Oh, brilliant. Okay. I believe, as I told you earlier, all organizations are powered by people. That's a big asset for us.
Absolutely.
And that's true at Tesco as well. We are a very, very people-focused company, and that's one of the reasons I've probably stayed with Tesco for a long time now, 17 years.
Speaks volumes about the culture of the company.
Yeah, it's work is exciting, but at the same time we have a great culture, and that's why I think it's a great place to work. However, for example, at the position I sit, I have a larger responsibility, and therefore I'm part of several natural working teams whose focus is only about people and career development. I can name a few. For
Please
example, we ensure that we have a team that has focused on bringing in the right talent, has the right hiring standards, looks for the right fit, just not technical skills.
What does the word right mean for you?
Of course, the right technical skills, but more importantly, are they a fit into our culture? So there is definitely a leadership round, even for the lowest levels, that we bring in to make sure.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, and our practices are pretty much standardized across the globe, so it's not
Have to be.
India specific as well. Then we have NWTs that look at, can we make sure our career paths are very well defined? If you as an employee, Sudhi, are walking into Tesco,
Sure.
you should just be able to open a portal, look at, hey, what's the career path for you? What's next in line for you? What are the skills expected at that level? And how can you groom yourself into those skills?
Okay.
So those are all very well documented. We have a central talent planning exercise that we do along with our people partners, where we identify high potential talent, make sure they have a personal development plan, and we help them with training opportunities, mentoring, grooming, coaching, and more importantly, giving them larger roles so that they can experiment it and take it on.
So tell me this. For example, as you just mentioned, that an employee has a general, idea of the landscape in terms of, okay, this is how I'm growing, this is how I'm going, etc.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But we as humans tend to want to over exceed or overachieve.
Yeah.
So is there room for the people working at Tesco that all right, there is a creative flair, and it's not just straight jacketed that I go from here to there and then from there to there.
Yeah.
You get my thought?
Yeah.
That at least I hope that career path can branch out. I have the
Yeah.
flexibility of doing it.
I forgot the saying there, your career is more like a jungle rather than a ladder, right?
Correct.
That is very true at Tesco. So we have something called as an open job portal where we can apply into any of the opportunities we want and across the globe as well.
Great.
So I can be a product manager today, tomorrow if I would like to become an engineer, so be it. There is of course an assessment that checks your fitment into that skill. So you can move across several roles and there is no timeline restriction on when you move from one role to another. As long as you're ready for the next role, you sit, have a great conversation and then you move forward. So it's as open and as convenient as that for our colleagues.
17 plus years, Priya. You, I'm sure, have mentored some fabulous future leaders. You've done all that. So I want to understand, since we're just talking about this, what's the key in your mind, or what are those things that you would like to imbue people with, as far as mentoring them, giving them maybe certain keys to work with for building their future paths, for building themselves up into the roles of, let's say, future leaders? What would you share with them?
Sure. Of course, you work with talent that have great potential. So some of what
not all of them, but
of course,
those are the challenges.
I'm
sure if I was working at Tesco, I would have been one of the other ones.
Everybody has potential, just that their potential lies in different aspects. That's the only
That's a
difference
sweet way of putting
with
it
humans.
Across. You failed in class, but it's okay, you have potential.
No, everybody, you can excel in something.
Fair.
This might not be the right thing. Something you always excel in. Humans are that way, innately gifted, I feel. So I would have a good conversation with them to first understand where their heart lies. Because passion is important. Without passion, then you can't do anything else.
Absolutely.
And then you look at what do they think their gaps are, have a conversation on them, on what do the organization wants, see where there is a right fitment, and then help coach them in that direction. It's important to give them a lot of psychological safety and make sure you're open to failures when they are trying new things, and give them a safe environment for them to try, experiment, grow.
And it's okay to fail.
It's okay to fail. I've had a lot of leaders support me. I've made mistakes.
Everyone does.
Yeah. So the leaders who said, it's okay, it's important, you tried. And I would like to give that back to my teams. That's pretty much the recipe, have confidence in them, have great career conversations with them, encourage psychological safety, be vulnerable, show them what
I think that's
you've
the
gone
nail on the
through,
head, Priya. True.
And help them with it.
Because when you look at seniors like yourself, probably, your teams, so you tend to feel, okay, wait a minute, here's a person who's been here for so long. I've seen the vulnerable side of this human, and it's a human. It's a brilliant human, still a human.
All of us are,
It gives you a certain amount of solace and says, okay, fair, that's my pick-me-up, I can carry on.
That's right.
Is that one of the aspects, Priya, which is at the core of keeping people motivated, especially during these long transformations that tend to take place, especially with the area that you're working at? How do you keep that, at the helm of things? That motivation is very important. So what's those secret sauce?
So for me personally, large transformation, you do a transformation for a reason, right? So the kick that I get out of it, apologies if the language is wrong.
Absolutely fine.
No, you get a kick when you see your transformation coming to life, and that gets that keeps me
Give
going.
me an example. I mean, give me something that you remember, that maybe a transformation that had taken place that you kind of still maybe think about.
I mean, I'll give you a very recent one.
Yeah,
all
would
right?
be nice.
We are transforming our complete tech stack that is helping us the whole supplier ordering, ordering from our suppliers into our distribution centers. We framed our own ambitions, what timeline we wanted, how would we do it, etc. Then we face into technical challenges, right? You built your own ambitions and you have a capable set of leaders, but there are so many moving parts that need to come along and make this happen.
For sure.
So we've had our moments, as a group of people arguing, debating, discussing, but still that passion exists. So there are days where like, why does it feel like this? And what can I do about it? And I'm sure that's there for my team as well. But then because we are aligned on that goal and we want collectively to make that happen, we see it through. Next day we are all the best of friends, cracking jokes and having coffees together. So,
any challenges that you've probably sensed tend to kind of crop up in these kind of events or these kind of situations, which your experience over a period of time has helped you now to smooth over a lot quicker than probably what it used to be like earlier?
See, I feel the most important reason is difference of understanding and the ways and means people want to get there. That's what brings in the differences, I think.
Or a friction or agree to disagree kind of a deal.
Yeah, so as long as we are getting onto the same table, having those conversations and thrashing out those differences, and you go aligned, right? If you have to agree to disagree, finally you understood each other, and that's what makes it very smooth. So communication is really key for leadership. There's one important skill that I would like to call
recommend and talk about.
Communication.
Big one, for sure. Culture and belonging, which is naturally what I would like to go ahead and speak about, since you have so perfectly segued into that, the communication. Do you believe that that is at the cornerstone of the culture that you have probably been able to embellish over a period of time or build? And what I want to talk about is this, that you have led a lot of culture building initiatives. But what stands out, and how have you made in the entire aspect of the experience of working at such a huge company? Because according to me, I think experience is something which stays with you, Priya.
Yeah, that's right.
Instead of just it being, well, another metric or another thing that I just chalked out on the checklist. So has that been something that you felt that you wanted to bring and you have been able to bring out?
No, true. Very true, and a very valid point that you're bringing out, Sudhi. So currently I'm also playing the role of a co-sponsor for diversity, equity and inclusion at Bangalore. It's very close to my heart, and it's really important because great companies are built by ideas brought in by a diverse set of people. You just cannot have a diverse team and not be inclusive. So inclusion is more important than just having your diversity numbers. And for inclusion to happen, you need to have equity measures as well.
Fair.
And that's what brings in great people. People should feel a sense of belonging, acceptance. Everybody is different. It's okay to be different. Everybody will have different ideas. It's okay. They should be comfortable voicing it out, disagreeing, voicing their opinions, and for that you need to have a very inclusive leadership team, right from the junior manager level.
I agree.
And we make sure we actively talk about it at Tesco, and I think that's what drives a great culture, and the managerial capability that we have, who are very inclusive, is what makes a very inclusive organization. So that's really important.
But since it's so close to your heart, Priya, and I'm sure, and this is something which I have experienced on my own.
Sure.
You used the term feel, right? Which I think is so important.
Yeah.
for people to, well, on a very granular level, feel
Yeah.
that yes, this organization means what it's talking about. Because a lot of times it's just maybe just a template that
Yeah.
people end up thinking, and people
Yeah.
are sharp.
Yeah.
People are working as understand that, okay, wait a minute, this is just part of a template, this is just part of one of those things.
Yeah.
What is it that extra mile that you probably, like you said, inclusivity is important,
Yeah.
and it's being discussed in terms of
Yeah.
management all across the board.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there would be another, or there would be other aspects that you'd be bringing in to make sure that people realize that no, this is not just something that is a template, this is actually what we believe in, this is actually what the culture is about. And for people to start to kind of then say, okay, fine, we genuinely agree, we feel it.
See, that's also
Because there's a sense of
ingrained.
resistance, no, Priya?
Yeah.
Humans tend to have a little sense of resistance in terms of, will I be able to accept it? Will it happen? Do they really mean this kind of a deal? You get my thought?
Yeah. See, it's right there in our Tesco values. For example, one of our most important values is we treat people how they like to be treated,
Nice.
not how we like to be treated.
Very nice.
So that's one statement, that
I think speaks volumes.
Speaks volume, and that's our values are something that we keep sharing with all our colleagues, so that we all embody that. We are all equal at the end of the day. Whether you're the CEO or whether you're a junior engineer, as long as all of us are looking into that value and following that, that's all it takes.
And I think testament is clear, Priya, more
Yeah.
than 17 years at a company.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm sure
Yeah,
there's so many others like that.
Yeah, there are, but what can I say? Tesco's really a nice organization. Just not exciting work, but a warm culture as well. And probably that's where
That's
I've
finally
continued.
what matters.
Yeah.
Which brings me to this aspect that do you feel that diversity of perspective shapes a better technological outcome?
Of course.
Yeah.
Without diversity of thought and ideas, as early as your design thinking,
Sure.
something fantastic doesn't emerge, right? You should see our design discussions. You should come sometime into Tesco floors,
Oh,
and
we
you
would love
would
to.
see the.
I'd love to be like a fly on the wall.
Yes, please. You would see the difference of thoughts and opinions from which tech stack to how we should build, and some emotions flying. But all of that is what
Some
makes
emotions.
who we are. Of course, who we are. The great products we build. Because finally, everybody, what are they aligned? They're not taking anything home. They're all looking at how do I build the best for our customers, community, and planet, right? As long as we are aligned there,
Absolutely.
everything else is good, welcome.
Yeah. Which is nice, which is
Right.
nice and open. Future horizons.
Yeah.
Have to get there, because I mean, I've been my curiosity and excitement has been piqued by little things that you talked about, hyper personalization, you talked about constantly tweaking the systems. So I want to obviously get into the fact that how do you see technology, Priya, and of course more importantly human creativity coming together to shape the next, well, let's say decade as far as global supply chains are concerned?
So I've covered this partially as part of my
But this is
previous.
The cue to deep dive.
Right. So just bringing in all those points together, just not supply chain, even within all the other areas.
Sure.
I think the penetration of artificial intelligence in a different shape or form, like I said, your DSLMs and being more context driven, they will play a role. Supply chain, right now we are working on how can we simulate ourselves, rather than looking at local optimizations, how do we go across global optimizations right from the suppliers to the shelf to the customers. And that means your algorithms cannot look at local minima, they have to look at global minima, which is a very complicated technical problem to solve. Then comes all your digital twins. And of course, with the difference aspect of personalization, even within supply chain, we'll have to react into it very intelligently, right? Imagine I'm spinning up a personalized offer for you for that day and your mood. and think your supply chain has to be ready so
With
very
it.
ahead to, just
Wow.
mind blowing, isn't
Yes,
it? If
it
you were to
is.
tie all of this
It is.
together. So,
Just the sheer scale of that.
yeah. So in summary, a lot of artificial intelligence, digital twins, for you to be ethical, a lot of QR code driven technologies, making tracking end to end possible, and whatever technology is going to enable it, all of that is key.
Global, of course, we've
Yeah.
discussed that time again.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
wonderful reality that
Yeah.
you are every day dealing with.
Sure.
But obviously, I have to ask you this, which is how is India contributing to that future as far as
Right.
a hub of both engineering and innovation at Tesco is concerned?
60% of our technology workforce is in India. That should say something about how much, as
A
an
lot.
org, we believe in,
Right.
the talent present in India. Some of the great engineering talent we have there, just not the volume, the quality of the talent we get from some of the great engineering institutes, and their acumen plus the senior leadership here, even many of the global leaders you see India's presence. So India is very well poised, and at Tesco we truly work like a global organization. It doesn't matter where you're sitting,
Fair.
which region you're sitting. For example, if I'm sitting in Bangalore, if I am owning supply chain engineering, the buck stops with me. There is no
Nice.
other
Okay.
counterpart. So it's all truly global roles,
So
and then
absolutely accountable for everything.
for everything you do. So just at the great talent pool here and the acumen that they are coming with in terms of their technical skills, business knowledge, attitude. That's why I feel that the technology center is very well placed to help Tesco.
And what innovations or trends will probably excite you the most right now and maybe going forward? Also, the fact that it would be nice if maybe you could share, has there been incidents, I'm sure there have been loads of them, where the Indian, the team came up with the breakthroughs which were probably implemented across the globe, or there were maybe some interesting use cases that you can share with us, that okay, this was like a trendsetter, and this is why the Indian talent is considered to be the best, and that's why it is, well, 60% of Tesco's workforce.
See, I wouldn't put
Not
it
trying
that
to
way.
glorify anything,
Yeah,
here, but
yeah,
just
yeah.
I mean,
No, see, I would rather put it this way. Irrespective of where your technology team is, all of them are doing their brilliant work in taking that cause forward.
Sure.
For example, if my supply chain engineering team is predominantly based off India, I have presence in Central Europe and UK as well. My teams are based there as
Fair
well.
enough.
But let's talk about that customer demand
Yep.
forecasting. Yeah, that was a simple rule-based algorithm.
yeah.
And then we realized, oh, the art of possible. And it is this team that came in and built completely AI-driven customer demand predictions for the future. But it is based on, hey, the talent pool was here. They were part of my team because I
Fair.
am sitting here. So it doesn't matter which part of the globe the team are sitting. Because all of them are passionate about the cause and they want to help
Got it.
make a difference. That's how they
Well
contribute.
put, Priya.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right.
Which of course has now got me
Sure.
to that point, because I think you're warmed up enough
Sure.
to deal with the rapid fire.
Okay.
Right?
Fine.
I would love for you to just fly with this
Yeah.
and say whatever comes to your mind.
Yeah.
And feel free. One piece of career advice you wish you'd received earlier.
I know this is supposed to be rapid fire, but still. I'm a big fan of Indra Nooyi. Okay. From her and from one of my ex-managers, I realized that work-life balance is not real. It's all about prioritization. Yeah.
Fair.
Prioritize what you need for that phase of your life, which project is going live, what your kids want. So, hardcore prioritization. I've tried to do this work-life balance and I've been burnt early on.
Okay.
But then, of course, there are these great leaders who teach you, and then you become a bit smarter.
But prioritization.
Prioritization.
Okay. Your go-to stress buster during long transformation projects. Do you sing? Do you play an instrument? Do you...
Right. I love to read books,
Okay.
especially fantasy novels. I love to watch
So Harry
thriller
Potter is
series.
fun.
Harry Potter is fun. Thriller series.
Okay, nice.
OTT.
Which is the latest one that you saw which you loved?
Mine is very old. I'm watching The Mentalist.
That's a wonderful one.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yes,
All right.
I have.
I thought, okay, that's an old series. Nobody
No,
would be.
I have. It's really
Right,
nice. There's another
right.
one which I'll suggest, which is
Right.
called Person of Interest.
All right, I should watch
That'll
it.
be another podcast.
All right,
Which
okay.
you and I'll start doing if we get
Sure.
into that zone.
Sure, sure.
Anyway, so a leadership quality you admire in others but had to work hard to develop yourself.
Art of storytelling. I've seen.
You have done
leaders-
well, I must say, today.
I've worked on it, to be
Yes.
honest. I've seen leaders do it brilliantly well, and I've been big fan, and I've consciously worked upon it. I'm not still there, but
You're there, Priya.
consciously
Come
worked
on.
upon it,
Eye
yeah.
of the tiger. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, sure.
So one myth about supply chain you'd love to bust once and for all.
It's not a cost center.
Okay.
It is your heartthrob that is helping retailers operate very efficiently.
Fair
Not
enough.
a cost center. Yeah,
And finally,
sure.
this is only a one word. Huh?
Yeah.
The first word that comes to mind when you think of innovation.
Creativity,
Nice.
Okay.
First word that comes to your mind when you think of Tesco.
exciting work.
Nice. Well, it's been a true honor, Priya.
All right.
Before we let
Thank
you
you
go,
so much.
I would love for you to give a message to everyone because you have been doing this for so long, and it would be nice for you to maybe share maybe something which has inspired you constantly through this journey, and the fact that today you're on simulated reality, which is a true honor. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I've enjoyed this, Sudhi. Thanks for making this so comfortable. Never
it's a
felt out
pleasure.
of place.
It's truly a pleasure.
Thank you so much. My one message would be, whatever you're doing, be passionate about it, enjoy it, enjoy working with people to make things happen, and as long as you're passionate and you're enjoying, things will fall in place. That would
Beautifully
be
said. Very simply put, but Priya, I believe, has been doing this and she is continuing to do this, and she's inspired so many of her team members.
Thank you.
And she is definitely leaving a wonderful footprint and will continue to do so.
Thank
And
you
here's wishing you
Thank
and
you
your
so much,
team
sir. Yeah.
all the best, all the luck, all the positivity, all the creativity.
Thanks a lot.
And please watch The Mentalist.
Wishing Analytics India magazine the same, not just for the recording, great growth and success.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Kind
you.
of you.